In this lesson, you'll learn how to use Android media playback capabilities. The Android Multimedia Framework includes support for playing a variety of common media types so that you can integrate audio, video, and images into your applications. You can play audio or video from media files stored in your application's resources, raw resources, from standalone files in the file system, or from a data stream arriving over a network connection, all using Media Player APIs. In this lesson, I'll be using the AudioFX demo on line 151 of our worksheet, and it has the Java file name AudioFX demo. So I'm going to fire it up in the emulator. We'll click on Media. And when I start AudioFX, the music is going to start, and I'm going to demonstrate the sliders for changing frequency bands, and then I'll stop the playback because it's a little noisy. Now let's open the Java source file. In the Media folder, we'll open AudioFX demo. Line 44 declares the AudioFX demo activity. Line 45 declares a tag for log messages. Line 47 defines the height of the visualizer row, and that's the row that holds our visualizer waveform here. Lines 49 through 51 define some very useful variables from the media player, visualizer, and equalizer classes that we'll see used in the code below. Lines 53 through 55 define variables we'll use to create our layout. Lines 57 through 93 define the onCreate method. Line 61 sets an audio stream whose volume can be changed using volume controls. Line 63 through 69 initialize the display. Line 72 creates a media player object using the file test_cbr as the audio to play. So if we look in the resources folder and open the raw folder, we see the test_cbr file here, and it's an MP3 file. So back in the source, line 73 puts out a log file message with the audio session ID included. 75 and 76 use two methods we'll see below to set up the visualizer and equalizer. Line 80 enables the visualizer. 85 through 87 set up a listener for the completion of the audio, and when it's detected, disables the visualizer. Line 91 starts the media player. 92 displays text indicating the audio is playing. That text here. Lines 95 through 161, it's a large method, defines the setup equalizer FX and UI method. 98 creates an equalizer object. 99 enables the equalizer. 101 through 103 display the equalizer text. Line 105 retrieves the number of equalizer bands. Lines 107 and 108 retrieve the minimum and maximum band levels. 110 sets up a loop to process each of the EQ bands. 111 sets a variable with the band number. Lines 113 through 119 display the frequency label for the band display. 121 and 122 create a new layout row for the frequency level display. 124 through 134 display the minimum and maximum dB levels. And let me expand this window so we get a better view. 136 through 143 display the seek bar for changing the EQ level. That's these bars here. 145 through 149 set up a listener that's activated when the user moves the seek bar. 148 changes the EQ level in response to a change in the seek bar. 151 and 152 define methods that are invoked when the user starts and stops touching the seek bar. In this app, no action is taken. Changes are only made when the seek bar is moved, so we have empty methods. 155 through 159 add a row to the layout that includes the seek bar and minimum maximum levels. So it includes one of these rows. 163 through 183 define the method to set up the equalizer waveform display at the top here. 166 creates a visualizer view object based on the visualizer view class defined below that we'll look at in a minute. It's the object that draws the frequency line at the top. And this method extends the view class as we see in 202. Lines 167 through 169 set layout parameters for the visualizer. 170 adds the visualizer view to the layout. 173 creates a visualizer object and attaches it to the media player. 174 sets the size of the capture range, and this is the number of bytes used for sampling the frequency. 175 through 182 set up a listener for waveform capture events. And the syntax here in the statement is a bit confusing. Notice that the parameter specifications for set data capture listener extend all the way down to 182. If we hover over the set data capture listener, we can pull up an explanation of its parameters. We have a listener, the on data capture listener that's been registered. We have the rate in millihertz at which the capture should be updated. We have the waveform, which is true if a waveform capture is requested. And the on waveform data capture method will be called on the on data capture listener interface. And FFT is true if a frequency capture is requested. And the on FFT data capture method would be called the on data capture listener interface. So in line 182, we find the last three of those parameters: the rate, the waveform capture, which we're setting to true, and the FFT we're setting to false. And these lines are setting up the listener. Lines 185 through 195 define the on-pause method that releases resource if the activity is finishing and the media player exists. Lines 202 through 252, all the way down here, define a class and methods to draw waveform data received from the on waveform data capture method. And it uses graphics capabilities covered in our lesson on Canvas graphics, so we won't go through this code line by line. Now that's our lesson on media playback. As you saw, there are a lot of little details you need to attend to in implementing these capabilities. The demo we covered should give you a great start at understanding how to create your own media playback app.